ATMS. Always talking my shit with
Ashley. I got some shit to say.
You want social.
I'm the young one and they're old.
Tiana. You old bitch.
Who cares? Tiana would be everybody's friend.
First of all, I hate texting.
Melanie. Bitch. Fuck them kids. And I wish I wasn't always fucking irritated.
Driving scares the fuck out of me.
What do I mean?
Sabrina. Bitches piss me off. Sabrina's fist fight. I'm not really approachable. Let me just get that out there. Girl, if she ain't said nothing, I don't care. We're back, bitches. Hey.
Like you got this whole ass relationship, you're married, but your husband is in my motherfucking inbox.
Because it looks good on social media. It looks good on social media.
I was just gonna say, you know what? Create
Bing.
social media.
One of those motherfuckers. This is a whole motherfucking episode. That was lit. That was a topic right there.
Okay, so we can continue this because we're about to wrap it up in a minute, but we can definitely talk
Part
about this.
2.
No, seriously.
Part 2 for sure.
Seriously,
Episode 2, part 2.
That shit was lit. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of ATMS with
Ashley,
Tiana,
Melanie,
and Sabrina. And we are back with our 3rd episode, and we are so happy that we have come this far. I know it doesn't seem that far, but it's been a lot of work.
It's been far.
From
I feel like we've recorded a whole season.
Right.
It's been 3 episodes.
We've had photo shoots.
technically 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know,
The
our
first
producer
one's
fucked that up.
Behind the scenes.
We're not gonna
We
talk
had an
about
intro
that.
episode, and then we had
It was really cut and raw too.
And the thing that I've noticed is we, even though the audience, the viewers have only seen 2 episodes, and you guys are giving us great feedback. We truly appreciate it. We love it. The criticism, the good, the bad, the ugly. Thank you so much, because it's the only way we're gonna get better. But even just I feel like we have already progressed so much, just from the episodes they haven't heard, and even from our previous podcast, coming from that, there's it's just been amazing ride so far. So we just wanted to start this episode off thanking you guys for just showing love and posting us and reposting us and liking and sharing and commenting. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, it means the most.
The most.
But yeah, how was you guys this weekend? It's Sunday, fun day, football,
It's the
baby.
first football Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm hungover from last night.
it was a great day.
I didn't leave Sabrina's house till almost 7 o'clock in the morning.
It was 5:59.
I'm currently still drinking.
Yeah, I don't think she's sobered up yet.
Yeah, nope. Gotta keep it going.
I had 3.5 hours of sleep, but hey,
I'm checking them all in to AA. All of them.
I drank a lot yesterday.
I got 2.5 more weeks, and then I can't drink it.
You was just a lot yesterday. I was like, Tiana, shut up.
She was twerking
If
a lot
I hear
yesterday.
you talk again, I swear to God,
I was saying,
You're being very chatty today.
Yeah, oh shit, this is what you're doing? That's what I want.
It's a party.
Right, you gotta be sociable.
I was thinking that though. I was like, Tiana does talk more when she drinks, but last night was a whole different level of
She
talking.
was Ashley
She pulled
Jr.
an Ashley.
She was AJ. That's
Like,
what
I love that for you.
I dare
I don't
her.
love that for
love
me
that.
and Sabrina.
I don't love that for me at all.
Wow, it's not a bad thing to be a little talkative.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it's like Ashley
Wow, Ashley Jr. is
Then
not
it's a
bad.
problem.
It's an
It's a
honor
big
to be an
problem.
Ashley. Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, I was like, actually, on this platform here, we need the talkativeness. So, because episode 1 and 2, everyone's like, Tiana doesn't talk that much. We should have recorded the party yesterday. She would have been the only one talking.
Really? Everybody keeps telling how funny you are.
Well, if Lana would have charged her camera, we could have had footage.
Yeah, but
Oh, AKA our producer.
That's strike 2, bitch. You got one more motherfucking strike.
no. Producer is the best. Everybody
She's
hire
ruining
her.
y'all visuals.
Yeah.
She get the best angles.
Snap Films at Snap Films, right here. But no, so today we wanted to get into, we wanted to continue the conversation we had episode 2, where we were lingering off on our 1 hour episode. You might hear some ad libs in the background for football
Sunday.
Apologies in advance.
I'm in a Niner house. It's very stressful, but they're losing.
See
So
this
I mean,
ugly ass shirt she has
Bitch.
You guys are losing.
For real, I will rip that off you and burn it in your face.
Wow.
Sounds like a
She
loser.
has on Charger slides.
It's cool because y'all about to get spanked by them Raiders later.
Not gonna lie, they do have 49er slides, just like my Charger slides, and they're really comfortable. They're cute.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting them.
When did you even get those?
I don't know, 2 weeks ago.
Tiana, if you
they're
paid
sparkly.
attention in the group chat, you would have seen them. But you were too worried about me saying, "Why wouldn't I get a bathing suit?"
I did get the bathing suit too.
She said that right before that.
I for sure got the bathing suit.
Because why wouldn't I get
Oh, group chat chronicles. It's nothing but drama.
Are you settling for them or no?
Woo. I'll settle for the Niners, but you're settling, like the real settling.
That's like
Are you settling for the Niners because you live in the Bay Area?
I'm settling for the Niners because they're best team ever.
That's debatable.
5 times.
You're settling for a team that's not even.
1 time.
But it's not settling because my heart is there and I'm loyal because they're far away.
But
It's
why?
not settling. It's not settling. That's a commitment.
Why is your heart to the Chargers?
My mama born and raised.
Maybe you should be your own person.
Says the people who choose a
have no
team that they
faithful.
live
She
in.
has no ties to
49er
San Diego.
faithful.
I am my own person. I am my own person.
You're the only 49er and
Chargers.
49er fan in this house at the moment.
Unfortunately.
That's fine. I stand my ground. And I will wear these slides proudly and stomp.
Now I hope the Raiders really whoop y'all later.
Wow, are you really a Niner fan?
I hope they both lose. Is that possible?
Yeah, they can tie. But anyways.
Yeah, no, back to what I was saying about continuing the conversation from last episode.
So settling.
Yeah, but it was the conversation was so good because it was like it was just how we always look at something like when somebody's like don't settle. Sometimes settling looks different for every circumstance.
Definitely.
Very true.
Like there can be a settling where you're getting everything like financially, materialistically, the house, the car, the white picket fence, you know, the Instagram like visuals, you know, you have you have the
But
optics.
his dick could be trash.
You have the optics.
You gotta settle.
Or are you?
I'm like, well, it might be a settle for you, not a settle for her.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you really?
She's
gonna
settling for
settle?
the life she wants for some mediocre dick.
But what I'm saying too is like it could be the opposite. It could be like you're getting everything on the outside, but then your needs are not being met internally as far as like emotionally, mentally, like on different levels that are important to your well-being.
Yeah, that's big in this generation.
Era, yeah. And it's like the opposite. It's like people think like, oh, don't settle for a man without a car, don't settle for a man without a job. Like sometimes a man without a car and without a job
Is
might
that a personal attack?
treat you better than the man with everything. That's all I'm saying.
That's
like,
true.
Settling can be different in different terms.
But why you ain't got no car?
Look, his shit could have broke down and he don't have the money to fix it.
Nah.
No, but
There's
we talked about that.
There's
It's
different
about
circumstances. Yeah.
it's about a man who's okay. I didn't have a car because I'm currently saving because there's a specific car I want and I'm saving and working my way to get there. So I'm without a car right now because I really wanted this specific, like producer over here. She got the money to buy a car, any car she wants, but she wants something specific. So, I mean, she has one.
Exactly.
It's a little different. But she could easily have been like, oh, well, I have the opportunity to sell this car right now for more money than I will in 2
I mean,
3
So
years.
she's gonna settle for the car that's beneficial.
Honestly, if you're not making the burden of you not having a car on anyone else,
Yeah,
then it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Like if you're getting to work every day with BART and public transportation, then hey, I'm not gonna stop.
But that's
you.
what I'm saying. Like the grind is gonna look different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because honestly, like gas is high as fuck, so I don't need a car. I don't want it.
Where's the horse and buggies at?
I don't want a car.
No, I just think I think that was just Melanie had made that point last episode, and it was just blew my mind because it's like settling is not always for the grit and grime. Sometimes the settling is for the diamonds and bags. Like like you could be getting everything, but there's something that's you're not getting, and you're settling for getting everything, but you're not. Those needs aren't being met when you could be with the grit and grime and get all your needs met.
Yeah.
And it's like that's mind blowing to me because I feel like there was a time in my life just to on a personal level to bring this where I felt like I had everything on the outside and everyone's looking at me like you're so blessed, you're so blessed, you're so blessed, and I'm in the inside like I'm like miserable. Like I'm struggling. Like this is not where I want to be in life. But I was trying to psych myself out, like, but the bills are paid, my kids are fed, I have clothes on my back, like everything is, all those needs are met.
Yeah.
But I'm dying inside.
So you felt like you were settling.
I felt like in that moment, I felt like I was settling. And I'm like, and because even when I had that conversation with Tiana, she was like, you have this, you have a hardworking person, you have this, you have that, like you're tripping. And so she, like we got off the phone, and I think she thought that she got through to me. But what she got through to me was the opposite, because I was like, that's not enough. Like, that's not enough. Like, I'm not about to be miserable on the inside and hurting and dealing with these feelings, but just because my bills are paid and I have food on the table. And you know what I mean? Like, there's so many levels to settling.
Because, like, that means, like, are you settling? Does that mean you don't value yourself? You don't love yourself?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm doing everything, or that person's doing everything, and it's all great, but I'm miserable. Mm-hmm. So does that mean you don't love yourself or value yourself?
She thinks that there could be more.
But like,
that's the problem.
But like, the bills are paid, going to work, like they should be happy.
Yeah, but we don't go on dates. We don't spend time together. We don't gift each other anymore. Our relationship has completely changed. You just come home from work and you just come home from work. You don't, oh, baby, let me help you do this. Let me help you do that. Like, it's deeper than that.
Right. So like, does that mean you don't value or love yourself because you're settling
dealing with it?
You're dealing with it. You're choosing to deal with it. So you're now it's like a flip on you. I don't value myself.
I think it's a little of both.
Yeah.
Because I think in me wanting to find a way out or like a solution and whatever that looked like at that time that I was going through that was me being like, no, wait, I need to love myself enough to know that I deserve it still. Like, even though everything else is, all the boxes were being check marked, but I need to know, like, I do, like, that's great. Like, thank you. I appreciate that. But I need to love myself enough to be like, but that's not the end all be all. Like, I still need these other things to be met. So I feel like, yes, it felt like I was dealing with something in that. I don't think it was a lack of me loving myself. It was just me realizing there's more that I need.
Yeah, I think it was like a light bulb. Like, no, I deserve more.
Yeah.
Like, you know that you deserve more.
Yeah. And I think that's a lot of women that I feel like it's all about the optics.
Yeah.
It's all about they want this something to be viewed on the outside, and they think that's enough, and then they settle.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said this. You're never going to get the 100%. That exactly what you want. It's always the 80-20.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
No relationship is perfect.
No relationship. And I think that's in every aspect of our life, not just relationally.
Yeah.
I think that's like career wise. You're gonna have a career that might pay you well, but the people suck, or the people are great, but they don't pay you well. Like, there's always got to be some kind of compromise.
There's rational.
Mm-hmm. But when is settling then? Because I don't believe compromise is settling.
I feel like settling is not always bad.
Yeah,
I feel like the bad part of settling is if you don't have peace at the end of the day. Yeah. Then that's settling.
Yeah.
Like,
that's good.
If you like you said, you wanted more from your marriage. So at the end of the night when you go to sleep, is that really harboring on your heart? Like, oh my God, like I need you to really fill my love tank. You know what I mean? Which is important. And I think even when we had that conversation, I wasn't downplaying that part. Right. But I feel like I always tell you need to be consistent with letting him know this is what I need from you, because you're such a person that'll just let it go and y'all walk around.
You'll
the house.
settle. Yeah, you're a settler. You're a day-to-day settler. Like,
but she'll
even with us, she is, and it irritates me.
She'll let him continue to do what he's doing and not make him accountable.
No.
Yeah.
Like, even with your kids, like with your son, I said you cannot play the game, and then the next day, nope, I told you, and then the third day, you're like, fine, just go.
Yeah,
like, you're just
So it goes with that saying of what, like, people will treat you how you let them treat you.
Yeah. I see.
Including your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. I think I don't want to say. I think it's a little bit of like a good and bad.
Yes,
definitely.
Because I think that like it goes to show that I'm not so hard set on one thing or expecting one thing. Like, I'm willing to compromise.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think what you guys were trying to tell me is sometimes I compromise at the expense of myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where
I think that's what Ash was trying to say.
Yeah.
That's where she's like, well, do you value yourself?
Yeah. Like, and that's what's hard. That's what I'm trying to like. And this wasn't meant to be all on me, but like, that's what I am trying to work on. And I think that's why I've been able to live out the marriage as long as I have, even having to have dealt with that in that moment, because I'm like, look, like I can compromise. I have no problem compromising. I just have to learn not to at the expense of myself.
Yeah.
But like settling in the good, like you said a minute ago, you're like, settling's not always bad.
No, it's not.
No.
And then it's like, when do we know when it's a good settle? Like you said, is it just when it's peaceful? Like when you feel the peace?
Mm-hmm.
If it's like when you're making a decision and you're like, all right, I'm going to settle for this. You just have to let it go. And that you can't keep harboring things like, fuck, I settled, and keep going back. Like
you can't,
Can you
kind of like men in marriage.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she got pregnant, I have to marry her. And you're settling for that. And then you're just.
But that's big.
Yeah, but that's what these motherfuckers are doing.
Yeah. Definitely.
Then that kind
of. But like you're harboring your settlement. You can't do that. If you're going to settle for something, you have to accept it and move on, and that's your life.
Yeah, like for example, when I first got into Kaiser, I was a housekeeper. Did that for 6 years, going to Fremont, 2-hour drive. At that moment when I accepted that job, I'm settling. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. This is not what I want, but I know that there's good to come out of it. Now I'm working 10 minutes from my house.
But I do think that there's
progress.
Yeah.
Progress.
And I do think that you have to go, like, even from the day we're born, like everything is a progression. You always have to, like, there's seasons for everything. You always have to settle into your season.
You got to go through the motions.
Yeah.
Through the seasons, the changes. You have to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
As long as you're comfortable with your settling, then, but when you're uncomfortable settling.
I think I had this question. Like, what if, as my best friends, you guys are comfortable with where you're settling, but I'm struggling with seeing you settle because I feel like you can do or have more? And I'm like, okay, like, I guess, is it something where I have to just respect the fact that you want to settle for that?
I think that you don't fully understand the situations that we've been in.
Those moments?
Yeah, being single and dating and all that shit right now. Like, what do you feel like that we're settling?
Yeah, because we wouldn't look at it as settling. That's what you would look at it as. We wouldn't label it what we're doing as settling. It's just that.
I think she's just looking at a different
view, which is fine.
Yeah, different perspective. But I mean, like, even for example, with your job, Mel, like, I felt like you should have been left that job like a long time ago. And I'm like, why is she settling for this? Like, it's weighing on her mental health. It's causing all these different things.
I'm trying
now, but it's like for years I feel like I had to just, well, if this is what she wants, but that's hard on anybody, even like your spouse.
I feel like with work it's hard though, because you can't just up and find a good paying job. Yeah, that's gonna make you, unless she wants to take the pay grade or pay cut. Because a lot of people do that. Like, you've worked at a high-paying job, but it's just so stressful that you're like, fuck this, so I'll take the pay cut. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that would be kind of at that point right now.
Yeah. So if that was her mindset, to where she's like, I'm struggling so much that it's affecting my mental health, I'm going to take the pay cut, then yeah, do that. Mm-hmm. But if you're like, no, I want something better that makes more, that's hard, because you're not going to find that in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. It's hard. It's rough to watch people, like even your spouse, like.
Yeah. And two, she doesn't have a spouse to lean on to where she has room to quit her job and find something that she wants to do.
I mean, the circumstances are definitely different in each whatever it's called. Situation. Yeah, circumstance. But I don't know. I feel like it's just hard for that part, like having to watch other people settle and just be like, they know what they're doing. They're an adult. They're smart. They got this.
Yeah. I mean, that's just you being.
That's just mama bear.
Yeah.
I think that if you come to me and be like, T, I think you're settling, I'll be like, well, what you want me to do? Like, give me some solutions, then, bitch.
Yeah. That's true. Because I feel like that has happened in the past, like where we're just talking about something and I'm like, well, I think you could do this to be better, and you're like, oh well, maybe not, or whatever the case may be.
But I do feel like with T, like she has been listening more and she's been changing more to try and be
less stubborn is what it's been.
Yeah, way less stubborn.
Very
like you talk through your emotions now more.
Yeah, we were just having that conversation last night.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no, this is
like a different conversation.
This is at 5 a.m.
This is at 5 a.m. Because I'm like, when I used to get mad, it used to be.
You don't remember.
I cried last night. I don't even know what the fuck I cried for.
Yeah. All of you were crying.
I wasn't crying.
Wasn't over
I was a little social butterfly.
I teared for like 1 second.
I was like,
crybabies.
Like I thought about that this morning. I'm like, what the fuck was I crying for? Like I know it was an emotional
it was an emotional
like,
conversation.
I don't remember why I was crying.
See, now the viewers want to know. The viewers want to know now.
And they say I'm emotional. Like, okay.
No, you're not emotional.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're emotional.
That's not the word.
I get angry and I cry.
No, you cry when you get angry.
Same difference.
I cry when I get angry. I get angry when I cry.
I'm like, yeah, no.
That's how confused she is. She doesn't know which emotion she's feeling.
Look, we all had a long night, okay? Dang.
Did you? What did you do? Why was it so long?
I was talking to everybody. Hear my voice?
You talk to me.
It was funny though
I
because
was
when
all on you.
when everybody
Before you
started,
left.
Yes.
when everybody started leaving the garage, I was like, why is everybody leaving?
Because it was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's the time they leave. You ain't been around in a couple weeks.
I'm like, I'm the last to leave.
3 o'clock's the time to go.
I'm like, Ashley's leaving. Ashley don't never leave. Like,
But Cello was over. He never comes
That's
over.
random.
Yeah,
I
I think he
Cello.
wanted to make it to the party, but he was late, so he just slid to the house.
yeah.
But we haven't seen Cello in so long. We had to.
We
see
love Cello.
Yes, it was a good night. It was
Shit.
a good night.
When I came upstairs, Keely was dead. I was hella wide awake. I was like,
She settled right in that bed.
yeah, the bitch was dead. I was like, yeah, I was going to see if you wanted to go to Bree. She was like, yeah, I mean, we can. And I'm like, oh, no, you ain't trying to go.
Yeah, that's heck of funny because we came home and we were all starving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we were like, fuck, all the food is still at Melanie's.
We were like,
so,
we should just go to Mel's house.
So we were going to come back and get food, but I was like, well, if they're going to come over, we'll just have them bring the food. They're like, they're not coming over.
I was going to.
So I was like, let's just go get Jack in
I
the
like
Box.
visually saw the peace
You should have
signs.
just called me. I was up.
And I still need y'all Zells.
I know, I told
Yeah.
her this morning.
Yeah.
I'm sending mine.
Y'all better pay her
$11.
back that $10 funky dollars for Jack and the Crack.
Nah, I pay for everybody in the garage.
Oh, well, you're nice.
I
I need
bitch,
my.
she left her money at home.
No, I had
She
it, but
always does this though.
yeah, okay, never mind. We're not going to get into
They
this.
didn't take
Anyways.
Apple Pay. Or no, you didn't have it.
I had my Apple Pay, but it was the wrong account.
And they weren't taking.
Oh yeah, she
It's-
only had
it-
$2 in
Look,
that.
get out my pockets, okay?
She
I'm
only
broke.
had $2.
I'm broke, baby.
The lies.
You're going to take 3
That
business days
lies.
to transfer.
You'll get that shit Monday.
Okay, so I have a question.
I got.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so what are your deal? Okay, I guess this is related to Sabrina because you're married. What are your deal breakers in a marriage or relationship for
That's a good question.
the married people? What were they when you were in a relationship, like before you got married? And did they change when you got married?
This is rough.
So like when you guys were in your younger ages, I guess it can go for the single people too. When we were younger, what were our deal breakers then? And then now that we've gone through situations, what are your deal breakers now? Did they change?
I feel like there wasn't any deal breakers when we were younger. We just dealt with the shit.
But I think we pretended there
Yeah,
were.
we
So what did
pretended.
we portray were our deal breakers?
I was in toxic relationships. I don't know.
trying to think.
It's a blur. I've never dated anybody in my life. How about that?
I actually
Never been in a
respect that
relationship.
answer, though. I feel like that's a very honest
So I
answer.
feel like,
Because anybody could be like, cheating.
yeah, like I was going to say, like my deal breakers were definitely cheating. But I feel
I
like.
can't say that. I've taken
that's-
the cheater back 10 times.
So now this changed. Now
So,
that's
yeah.
not your point of view.
Yeah.
Is that
But
settling?
I've technically haven't never. I've
that's
probably been
interesting.
cheated on like once that I really know of, once or twice. So it's still a deal breaker for me though. Like it's still a strong like no. But if we've been together for
It's
like
a hard no for me now. If I even feel that you're cheating on me, it's over.
Yeah. So like for me, well,
I feel like in the beginning for me, it's a deal breaker. Like if we just start
And you lying about
Going
it.
out?
Yeah.
then and you cheat, then yeah, we're not gonna.
Does it
do that.
depend on what type of cheating?
In the beginning, no. In the beginning, no. But if we've been
That
together
makes
for
sense.
20 plus years,
Okay, so
that
say
depends.
So say you've been with this guy for 3 years, like you guys are getting serious, talking
Yeah.
about getting married and kids, and
My
you
heart
find
is so
him messaging some girl on Instagram,
Yeah.
and they flirting. You're not breaking up with him? That's not cheating.
it is cheating, and
definitely cheating.
it's a red flag.
You
and
gonna
it's,
settle?
I'm not going to say I'm going to settle, but we're going to have a conversation.
That's a long conversation.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I gotta
be logged into your Instagram.
Yeah.
Now you done had all your privileges taken away.
Logged into the Instagram.
See, that's the thing too, because I'm not the type of person. I'm not the type of person to.
No, that's hella stressful.
I want to keep tabs on you. No. That's
why I don't like sharing locations with a spouse. Because I'm gonna look at this shit every 5 minutes. Does she have your location?
Yeah, and it was
Sabrina has everyone's location.
Because that bitch didn't go to work.
Everyone's location.
She ain't got mine.
But wait, what do you mean when you said, do I think that's settling, like in the past?
Like if you take is cheating settling? So if I take
yes.
But like, okay, so like in marriage,
but is it
like in marriage, right? And if your spouse cheats on you, are you gonna go get a divorce right away? Or are you just gonna take it?
I can't.
So you're gonna settle.
I'm not married. I feel like you have to be in that position to really.
So answer your guys' deal breakers, and then I'll get to what the marriage part, and we'll. I don't know. Your deal breakers back then, your deal breakers now, and why they've changed.
My deal breakers back then definitely was the cheating, like regardless of what stage.
And you think that it's still that?
It's still that, but it's not on that level. Like I said, in the beginning of our relationship, now if I meet somebody and we're 3 years in and you cheat on me, yeah, I'm not fucking with it. But if I'm with you for 20 plus years and you cheat on me, it's depending on what the cheating stance was. Like, did you have a whole relationship with this girl and I didn't know about it? Or did you just have a one night stand?
I feel like deal breakers are never really deal breakers then. They're subjective to what the relationship is like, who you've been with, how long you've been there. But
no, because remember the conversation we had last night to where he's like, I can deal with everything except for that one thing. I'm not dealing with that. So that's his deal breaker.
Yeah. What was the one thing?
The girl's attitude.
It wasn't the attitude.
Or not the attitude, but it was like, the anger part.
Being angry. And we'll get there. Because we could bring that up.
Yeah.
But we have to let Ash tell her deal breakers.
No, I mean, when you're young, your deal breakers are...
whatever and anything.
Yeah. Like cheating, flirting, texting.
But do you still feel like...
Now it's different for me though, because like I was married, he died, so now my deal breaker is any little red flag. It's over. I'm not gonna settle for just anything now.
So if you're with the guy for 5 years and you see one red flag, you're like, I'm done with you.
See, 5 years is different. Haven't been there yet. But
I think that's just I think that's just a trauma response.
It is.
I don't think it's healthy to be like, red flag, out of here. Like that's not even realistic.
True, but like I'm also not just going to settle for.
But red flags aren't
especially stuff that I was already dealing with it prior, and it was a problem. So I'm not gonna just settle for it again.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's real. This conversation is really hard. It's making me uncomfortable. Can you tell? It's because I don't. Like you guys have just already expressed, like I am somebody who will compromise at my own expense.
Yeah.
So I feel like my deal breakers have never been hard stop deal breakers. Like back then, of course, I'm cheating, physically harming me, calling me the B word. Like I had deal breakers, but they've never been set in stone. I've let these things roll off. I'm not saying that it's currently happening. And I will say like, because my mindset has changed to more like biblical worldview, I see things completely different. So if I were to say that I'm currently in the mind state where I would like to live my marriage through the eyes of God, the only thing that's going to ever cause me to get a divorce would be him abandoning me, like leaving and just never returning, or him having a intimate relationship and committing adultery against me. Those are the only things that's going to cause me to get a divorce. So those are my deal breakers now because I see the world different.
Yeah.
Back then, I said those things, but I didn't mean them. Yeah. So,
that's why I was saying, like when we were young, those deal breakers are anything.
Yeah, you evolved, and I feel like,
if you physically harm me, or my children, then I'm running away.
I feel like too, like because Marvin is not a disrespectful person. If he just randomly would start disrespecting you like that, I feel like that would be a deal breaker. You're like, nah.
Like, where's this coming from?
Yeah.
She would automatically think he was cheating.
And I was gonna say that goes back into something I had said previous episode when I'm like, your person.
Yeah.
Like I know when Marvin is not something's not right. You know. So I'm like, if any sign of that is gonna make me act crazy. First of all, I'm I've never been the girl that's like, I don't act crazy anymore. Like, I'm still act crazy because I'm gonna find out. Like, I'm gonna find out. Like, I'm good. Like, if you give me any sign that's like you're doing something behind my back that you're not supposed to do, like, I'm gonna be crazy.
God be speaking to me in my dreams.
God's still working on me. So I'm gonna find out, and when I find out whether or not it was true, then we could deal with that. Because if it wasn't true, obviously I gotta take accountability for my craziness. But that's just the long life that me and Marvin have.
I think the thing with you is you're the type of person, all you have to do is have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
And then we're fine. We're okay. Not maybe like okay, but I'm not gonna act crazy.
Right.
I'm gonna be upset and everything, but I just need to converse with you.
Yeah.
You have to converse with her, but you have to have a resolution too. Like you can't just be like,
you can't just have
about it, but I'm still
and go in circles.
Yeah, because I will say too, like,
but that's why she acts crazy, because you don't want to talk.
But I've always like made that clear, like, even just like to say, like, once somebody ignores me, that shit is like, it plays with my mental.
Yeah,
like,
I can't take that.
Like, and that could even be in the sense of you just avoiding a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily ignoring me, but you're avoiding a conversation that will eat me alive from the inside out. So like, I definitely have to have conversations. But my deal breakers have been, like I said, it's a different way I look at life now. So I do have deal breakers, but I just feel like the way that like, it's hard to have those deal breakers when I've dealt with them for so long. So it's hard to say, like, okay, if I got cheated on in my marriage, where are we at in life that is it fixable? So it's still hard to say. Like, yes, I'm gonna say that's my deal breaker, but it's like, it's subjective. Like, what's been going on? Yeah, because that's a big thing to me too. Like, if he is texting or DMing somebody and it's inappropriate conversation for inappropriate amounts of time, making her think inappropriate things, that's something we might be able to work through. It's rough. It
depends on what
sounds
he's saying.
bad. Yeah. It sounds bad.
Like, in this inappropriate conversation, are you bad mouthing me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, are you venting to her about our relationship?
Are you
It's
lying
subjective.
about being married?
Yeah. It's subjective.
And having kids
It's
and a
subjective.
family
Yeah,
and all that? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, some things, like, if I'm reading this conversation and I'm like, are you mentally okay? Like, you know, like, then it's subjective. But I'm just saying, like, there's still levels to the deal breaker.
Yeah, it's definitely levels.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think it's just one, like, across the board
Right.
thing.
But then to get into that is because you were saying that for some people, like the conversation we had last night, there is a deal breaker that's across the board. And and I'll play out a scenario. Like, you're with somebody and they're marking off all your checking off all your boxes. Everything is good for long lengths of time, 5 to 10 years. Everything has been great. Personality, time spent, the things that they're doing for you and with you, and respect, everything is there. And then there's one thing, like, this person, you know, doesn't show me respect when they're mad. That's my deal breaker. But everything else is checked marked off. Is that
Doesn't show me respect when they're mad?
Yeah, like, they'll call you a bitch. Like, bitch, you're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Well, in 5 to 10 years,
And
I'm
you're
sure.
like, oh my God, I've only had to deal with this 5 times in the last 10 years, but it makes me so miserable that I don't know if I can even continue on this great relationship because something that you have a deal breaker with. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that is the specific deal breaker for us, because me and Marvin could fight, you know.
That would
but
be,
like in retrospect,
the disrespect would have to be like, yeah, it would have to be like real disrespect. Like, okay, like, for example, when we've had conversations about our friendship, and when you got mad and would say certain stuff, but it was a deal breaker for our friendship. I was like, nah, like, we're not gonna call each other, even like the word bitches. Like, when we're in a heated argument, we don't say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not taken in the same context of if we're not arguing. So we don't say stuff like that to each other. But with a man, I'm like, if you call me a bitch, like, it's not sitting right with me. But it might not be a deal breaker, though. But if you want to put your hands on me during this argument, or if you want to start punching holes in the walls and shit like that, like you have an anger problem, I can't deal with that.
Yeah, and I gotta worry about my life.
I feel like it's a deal breaker for me because of my past
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
being in
definitely why it's a
relationships
deal
with
breaker
people
for me.
who are
disrespectful.
Yeah, especially
verbally
now.
abusive. I'm used to verbal abuse.
Like, I'm a single mom. I'm not gonna deal
That's the
with
thing,
verbal
too.
abuse,
Yeah,
physical abuse. You raise your hand, you talk crazy. Nope. I don't want my daughter to see that. I want you to hear it.
Okay, so what if the level of angry isn't to that extent, but it's like, okay, everything else is perfect, but this person wants to fight with me every day or every morning, and it's draining me to the point where I'm miserable. But they check mark all the other boxes. They're smart. The personality is great. We do this, we do that.
That all goes out the window.
Yeah,
you're arguing with me every morning.
I'm too cheery of a person to just deal with someone arguing.
I'm not settling for that.
You fucking
every day.
I can't. No, I can't deal with somebody.
Okay. So let me throw a twist in there. They're saying I'm only angry like this because. I know this is not going to usually fit this way, but I'm only angry like this because you're not giving me a baby right now. So all I have to do is give this man a baby right now, and the anger problems that we're dealing with every single day is going to go away.
But how do I know that?
First of all,
how do I know?
You ain't about to give me no ultimatum because you want something, and I want respect, and you can't give that to me. So you're gonna be mad and argue with me every day because you want a kid.
But he's.
Then don't be with somebody. If you guys can't agree to have a kid when you want to have a kid, then don't be together.
Okay, but
don't project it on me.
Yeah. You're saying I want to have children with you. You're saying this to him every day. I want to have children with you. I love you so much. We have a relationship that's a 9 out of 10 in every other aspect. 9 out of 10 is a high ass fucking score.
Right.
Our relationship is a 9 out of 10, and you're telling me you want to have my baby. I'm telling you I want it now, and it's really affecting me because I'm getting older. All my friends have kids. Why can't they have it now then? She's not ready because of her career or your career, the girl. Anything. I'm just saying that's
so she wants it, but just not right now.
And so it's causing him to feel insecure. It's causing him to feel like she's gonna leave. It's causing him to feel.
I feel like that's
his needs aren't being met. So he's having an attitude on a day-to-day basis.
I feel like that's a him problem.
No, I could see where he's coming from though.
Yeah,
making you feel insecure, like you're telling me that you want to have my baby, but you won't have it.
But I'm not saying I'm not gonna have it ever.
Like, we're about to be 35. Like what? But you're choosing your career over your family.
That's tricky.
I mean,
that's very tricky. Because I feel like I see this a lot with famous people or like really. Or women that are the breadwinner.
Yes. But
because it's like if it happens, it's not like I'm like not gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it if it happens.
Yeah, but then you have to.
I'm just not gonna. It's not gonna be a plan. It's not gonna be a planned pregnancy.
Yeah. I get both sides. She wants to be established in her career, and she wants to work on her career more before she goes and has a kid.
The woman is actively stopping from having a baby.
Oh, so she's not even fucking them.
No, she's just whatever she's doing to make sure she's not having this.
So that's like you and Marvin wanting a kid right now, and you not. And you guys are fighting about it. So he's like, I'm just not going to have sex with you unless you give me a baby.
Yeah, but it's more of like, okay, everything's perfect. And now this is the not having the baby is affecting my mood and my outlook towards you. And then I have my friends in my ear like, why won't he give you a baby? Why won't he give you a baby? What's wrong with him? Is he cheating? Is he with somebody else? Like, da-da-da-da-da. So now I'm like coming at him like, well, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this because I just feel like you're not giving me what I need either. But everything else in the relationship is a 9 out of 10.
I feel like it's so unfair for like the whole baby thing. Like that's such a big responsibility to like throw that in someone's face if they're really not ready for it.
Okay, but listen, take away the logistics of a baby because this could be marriage. This could be moving out of town.
I was going to say that's for one.
It's just something that's big to one person. So something that's big to me, I need this in order to feel comfortable and secure and happy and committed in this relationship. And because I'm not getting that, I'm nagging at you and arguing with you. And that's weighing on you. That's your deal breaker. You're saying, I can't live like this. I can't live with you nagging and being upset and mad at me. So I'm going to have to that's the deal breaker. So deal breakers mean you're leaving. You're going to be done.
Yeah.
So their deal breaker is
the baby
you're not giving me my peace. Like you're making me feel miserable on a daily basis. Yeah. But the rest of the relationship is a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. So all I have to do is give her this baby, or all she has to do is give me a baby, and our lives are gonna be A1. 10 out of 10.
But are they in that person's head? But the person that's working on their career, it's not. That's not what they want.
But the fact that you're saying is it
for her? Because then she'll be settling to compromise her. She's now compromising her happiness to make
only
him happy.
out of a 1 out of 10 though. You're giving one. You're saying everything else is a 9 already. So for me to compromise that one thing, that's crazy to me.
But if I'm working on my career and you want me to stop everything I'm doing to give you what you want,
to have a 10 out of 10 relationship.
Why can't it be?
But I feel like this situation is more than a 1 star.
I feel like it's selfish.
It's a big. It's hella
I feel like it's selfish on both sides.
On both sides. But that's what I'm saying. Now flip it though, because it's.
But that's why I
too.
feel like this is not your person then, because you both have to make that sacrifice in a relationship.
Because I know if I'm with somebody, I'm working on my career, whatever. But I want a kid. I'm 31. Like, fuck it. Like, if it happens, it happens. Like, I'm not gonna hold, gonna hold it up if it happens. It happens.
She's willing. 1, she wants a kid, and 2, she loves this person.
Well, and wait, how's it gonna affect her career that she's building or he's building?
Okay, and I do think that leads into like other aspects too, because I mean, in this scenario, he could be like, well, you don't have to work. Fuck that career. Like, it could be so much other shit.
But some women do like to work and have careers, and we talked about that last time.
But I do feel like it is an underlining thing, because the woman might really want to be an independent person, but why do you want this so bad? Like, maybe she just has trauma to where she's like, nah, I would never depend on a man fully. You know what I mean?
Maybe she went to school and she worked hard to get where she's at, so she don't want to stop yet.
Yeah, but it's like, if he's saying I want a baby, like, we're married and I want to take that next, I mean, if they're not, and he's like, I want to take that next step.
Makes a difference?
It does make a difference. Because I feel like if you're single and you're nagging me about wanting a baby, where's my ring?
Are they single? Are they married?
This was a fake example, but the conversation it came from was different. It's hard to
But being married definitely would make a difference.
Yeah, if we're not married and you begging me for a baby and being disrespectful, then the deal breaker is you need to marry me and I'll have all the babies you fucking want then.
Yeah, let's get married then.
Yeah.
Like, how you gonna nag at me?
Because now my career is your career, my baby is your baby. We got this.
I'm not saying that you can't have kids out of marriage.
I feel like it's different coming from the women perspective now, because last night was a male's perspective, so it's a little switched around, which makes it a bit harder. But
you can't beg me for something.
The baby
we don't even have a union.
So that's why it was different.
Yeah.
But if you're married, no, I feel like you got to figure it out.
I just feel like, at what level do we make the importance of our relationship? Because I feel like if your relationship is top priority and top importance, the fact that we're even arguing on whether or not we're having this baby or whether or not I want to focus on my career, like, I get everybody has a self to take care of too, but I feel like we should always be compromising more of ourselves.
Yeah.
To have that relationship that
way. Because if the baby is something that is fulfilling something in him, and she's like, that's not fulfilling me, I want my career.
Then y'all don't need to be together.
Yeah, y'all are on 2 different paths.
But then that's also because I don't think that we necessarily need to compromise ourselves at our expense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because now they're settling for those 9 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Now they're just settling for the good. When really the big issue is the baby and the career.
Okay, but
now I'm gonna risk all that
from 3 single women who know what the dating pool is like. You're not gonna settle for a 9 out of 10.
I mean, if the drawing line is having me like I have to have a baby, or you force me like.
You guys are definitely settling for the 9 out of 10. I'm sorry.
But if you're gonna dangle, have my baby. I'm sorry.
I feel like your perspective right now is different because you're like, fucking one thing and I'm out of here. Like, so you can't. Not that you can't have an opinion on it, but like, I just feel like you wouldn't settle for a 9 out of 10.
I'm now the angry black woman on the episode.
Yeah, they switched roles.
Definitely not. You switch your mind too much, Ashley. Ashley just shouldn't date anybody for like a year.
5 years.
I mean, I don't want to date.
Tell yourself that.
I haven't been on no dates.
I would take the 9 out of 10, but it just depends, I guess.
Yeah, it depends. Like right now, say I get a new job right now, and I get a new boyfriend right now, and we get serious, and he's like, "Let's have a baby," and I'm like, "But I just started this new job." Ooh. I damn near would be like, "All right, fuck it." Okay.
I'll take the 7 out of 10, baby.
But that's because I want what you want too. But
So what about your snoring? Like, she like, I need you to wake up. You can't even hear the babies. How can I trust you?
That monitor gonna be right there in your ear.
Oh Lord.
Okay. I guess with the snoring, I guess it depends. I don't know.
Wait, we had a couple minutes left, and you had a question.
I didn't remember.
Oh, dang.
What?
She didn't remember.
This bitch was like, I got a surprise question.
Okay.
I have them.
I have another question, but I guess we have to go kind of quick.
All right.
So mine is women settling just to be in a relationship, which is messing up the standard for healthy relationships.
Ooh. Oh, do you think that's a generational thing? Like, do you think that's a young girl?
Think it's
a young girl
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A young girl thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because I feel like I'm such an old soul.
Yep.
Like I like the, what is it called? The
Wine and dine.
standard, I guess, relationship, oldies type stuff. Like I want you to court me.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. I'm a traditional type of person. Like I want you to court me. I want you to open up my door and like be a
Treat
gentleman.
me like a lady.
Yeah, and I feel like a
Spend
lot of
time
women.
with me. Show up at my door with flowers.
Yeah, a lot
Pop
of women.
up on me and take me to breakfast.
Oh,
You're asking these things from men, and they're like, "Why would I do that if I can just go be with her?" And she ain't asking for that.
But the thing is, you shouldn't have to
God.
ask.
You shouldn't have to ask. But a lot of women just are okay.
Yeah. So do you think that it's affecting the standard that men are working in, or do you think it's just has affected men in general?
I feel like it's
like men aren't
affecting-
even going to think that way anymore. They don't have to.
Yeah.
but yeah, because the women aren't
So
requiring
it's
it.
not even affecting the standard because that standard's not even there.
Well, yeah, because you get these women these days are like, just pay all my bills. That's all I want. Pay all my bills, take me shopping,
I promise
and fuck
you.
me, and that's all I want.
And get the
That's
good
how
angles
females
on
are these
Instagram
days.
so we can look good and post it on Instagram.
you that is not all you want. I promise you.
Right.
No, that's not what, no.
I'm saying to the
them.
viewers.
Yeah.
I don't.
But that's the issue, though. So that's what these guys think. Like, okay, I'm gonna buy you everything you want. I'm gonna pay all your bills, but I'm about to be outside.
Yeah, so when I
doing whatever
cheat,
the
let
fuck
me
I
cheat in
want.
peace.
Like honestly, if we had this podcast 7 years ago,
That's probably what most of our mind
maybe
frames would've
8
been.
years ago, we would have been like, shit, if he's paying my bills, I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Shit. As long as he's paying the bills, like what I gotta complain about? Like I promise.
That comes with the price.
Yeah, no, I
It
promise
always
you,
comes with the
I
price.
started the relationship paying my own bills. I don't need you to pay them. Buy me a flower. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd rather you write me a letter and
Like-
send it in the mail.
Like even
I like pay my own bills,
I like
babe.
the genuine
I'm
stuff.
gay.
Write me a letter and send it in the mail. Bitch, what?
like no, but like
just
even
saying,
Make my heart melt.
I'd rather have that than a fucking Louis bag.
but listen, even
I'm
from
like,
being in a position
Put the letter in the Louis bag. Give it to me.
With a letter in the
Louis
Louis
bag me,
bag.
baby.
Yeah, I think people get that perception of me because I like nice things and
Definitely.
I'm spoiled.
We got that
but I'm the
perception.
total
You don't- you don't
opposite.
say.
Like I really don't like. Of course, you can buy me shit, yes, but
I don't know. I think with you, I think it might change as the years go on because
Yeah.
there was a time when you'd get gifts and you would exchange them, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
we're not gonna fucking talk about this.
She's definitely involved in that area.
But I was in bad relationships.
anybody who dates Melanie, do not ask me for help on the gifts because
Exchanging the
I refuse to have my gift exchanged. You're on your own,
I
buddy.
feel like you should just know what I like.
No, she's not that easy. I promise you.
Yes.
Just get a
She's
gift
not
card.
that easy.
She's evolved.
No, I
guys.
hate gift cards.
She's
I mean,
appreciative. She's appreciative.
Yeah, she's appreciative.
But just do like a handmade card. Like do something like she can't return.
Yeah, I do get
Plan
cards.
something extravagant.
Here she goes.
I do.
Take me to Ferris wheel and then bring
No
me the
Ferris
pony.
wheel. Oh my god.
I'm the Ferris wheel.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just playing.
Slurpee.
I'm
Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah. Do you have any more questions?
Nope.
I wonder if the Niners are winning.
No, we
No,
lost.
they lost.
I don't want to go home.
Ashley, you so worried about us, you went and looked it up. That's how much.
No, I
you
didn't. I got the
worry.
notification.
Can't wait for the Chargers
Lie.
to lose.
So we can
notification.
conclude though saying that all settling is not bad settling.
Yeah.
No.
But there's other aspects you can settle in other than relationships, like friendships.
And be willing to
I've
compromise.
definitely
just not
settled
at
in
the
friendships.
expense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't feel like I've settled in friendships.
Yeah. I don't feel like
I have. I mean, not anymore, but
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel
Oh yeah,
like,
maybe in the past.
I feel like all my friendships are intentional. Like you're not just in my life for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now,
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, no.
I will say, be willing to compromise, just not at the expense of your own mental, emotional, and physical health.
Yes.
like Tiana said, at the end of the night, are you going to sleep
With
peaceful?
peaceful.
Yeah. Because I want to go to sleep peaceful and I want to wake up peaceful. And if you not doing that for me, then you got to go.
Because you go to sleep with regret,
That
you
would
wake
be
up
my
with
deal
regret,
breaker.
and then you just go on about your day with regret.
Yeah.
And the shit, it weighs on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Find friends like mine.
Yeah.
That you don't have to settle for. Cause we are
And don't forget to
amazing.
subscribe, like, and comment.
Our producer hates us.
Love you. See you next episode.
Wait, next episode is about to be really fucking
Lit.
good.
No, yeah,
the next 2 episodes are gonna be fire. So
Lit.
y'all have to
Amazing.
tune
What if
in.
we're going to do like a part 1, part 2?
Yeah, we're doing. Oh, or should we do it in the same day?
Part 1, part 2.
Yeah, part 1, part 2. We're gonna have guests. It's gonna be some real juicy.
Our first guest.
Digging in shit. We're getting more into the settling shit, and you're just the cheat.
Yeah,
It's
on a
gonna be
whole nother
amazing.
level.
I may even take a break from that episode because
Oh yeah, she's gonna be. She's not gonna be on part 1.
She's gonna be MIA.
it's gonna
gonna
get
be
real
some good
and
shit.
you know I can't even take the realness right now. I gotta go.
All right, y'all.
Love ya.
Bye. Peace.